Hey guys, welcome back. Today we will try to install macOS Catalina on this 2010 iMac. Officially it's not supported, that's why we created a USB thumb drive using DOS-Dude1's patcher, and that should take care of things. Also, very important, this Mac has a NVIDIA GTX 765M GPU, which is flashed for Mac, so we'll have a boot screen and boot switcher. And most importantly, it has metal support. With the original GPU, I couldn't run Mojave or Catalina because it would just have no graphics acceleration. With this, it should have it. So, without further ado, let's plug in the USB and see if it even boots. I created the stick on my free MacBook Pro, which is a great useful machine. However, I'm in dear need of a workshop Mac. I'm thinking of something like a Mac Mini 2010, something that is small in a desktop. But yeah, that's a completely different topic. Let's see if this guy works with Catalina. There is the boot screen, as you see, the boot switcher, and here is our USB, so let's see if it works. I think that's going to take a while, so I will make a cut. And sure enough, it booted up. That is awesome stuff right there. So let's click continue. I will leave it in English. Need to set it to German though when I sell that computer. So now I will install it like normal, and it will apply the patches itself, and that is in 90% of the cases great, but in my case it's a problem because it will patch the legacy video support, and that means it will not work with the NVIDIA correctly. So what I will have to do is I have to boot into the installer once again and run the Mac post install and uncheck the legacy video support, but we'll do that when we get there. First it needs to install anyway, so hope that goes well. Who knows, it's a hacked version after all, but I can only say props to DOS-Dude1 who pulled all of this off, and he's been doing it for years with lots and lots of Mac versions, so really props to this guy. He's an awesome dude. Yeah, pun not intended, by the way. So we ran into a slight problem. The iMac rebooted and made a bong, but as you see me there, the screen didn't turn back on, which yeah, really sucks, to be honest with you, because I can't see, but I know that it's doing something because it's on. So what should I do, guys? Should I kill it, reset the PRAM, and or should I just let it do and come back in, I don't know, an hour or so, and maybe there's something on the screen, and if not, I'll shut it down, reset the PRAM, and see if it worked. Why am I so praying to reset the PRAM? Well, that's how I found out you can fix it. You can bring back the picture with the flashed V-BIOS. So the V-BIOS, while it is awesome that it exists, it's not 100% perfect, although it could also be that it's the fault of the installer. Maybe that screws up something. Because yeah, it's just black. So I think since I have time, I will leave it sit there and just see how we progress. All right, I returned. It's about an hour later and the Mac is off. What the hell? It's off. Let's turn it back on. What did happen, guys? No bone, nothing?
macOS contains a built-in screen reader called VoiceOver. If you know how to use VoiceOver, Press Command F5 now to turn it on and set up your Mac. If you would like to...
It installed, alright. So what I'll try to do now is do a PRAM reset and boot it back into the installer. Going number 2, and I'll hold down Alt. We got the screen back, hooray! Doesn't surprise me, I already know that it works. And now we boot back up into the installer and we uncheck the legacy video support thing. And bam, uncheck the legacy video card patch. And the rest is fine. Rest should be all good. So yeah, let's apply. And this is indeed a iMac 11,3, so only this legacy video card patch that needs to go away. It's rebooting. And that is indeed a Catalina boot screen. Very good. Hooray! It booted. Let's just do all the setup stuff. Input source Austrian, that's good. We have working Wi-Fi. Oh yeah. I'll just not connect right now because I will connect this via Ethernet. I have to say macOS is less annoying in the online with the online stuff because Windows 10 is just awful. They really force you into all this online crap. Now, as sweet as the dark mode is, I'll leave it light just for you so the camera doesn't freak out and like reflect all the stuff behind me. Because the screen already reflects, and with the dark mode that's just worse. So, yeah, that is looking pretty good. Really good. As if nothing was... Whoa! Did I speak too soon? What was that glitch? That kind of freaked me out a bit, guys. Is that supposed to be like this glitchy? Oh shit. Oh shit. Yeah, well, yeah. You know what, I thought this is working. No, for fuck's sake, this can't be. Like, everything goes so smooth, but this one little thing needs to fail. Maybe repatch it again? I don't know, what do you say? Well, that's what I'll try. So guys, the post-patching stuff didn't do anything and I was ready to give up, but since I found this information that you can actually deselect the auto patch thing, I will try it again and have it once again fired up here, and I'll create the USB again and we'll do the same game once again and I will tell you if it worked or not. So guys, let me recap what I did in the last, I don't know, 3 hours maybe. Well, I didn't do much. Most of the time it just installed. What I did is I created the USB, as I said, without the automatic patches, and I installed it again. The screen turned off yet again, but I now knew that it's gonna go this way, so I just let it do and until it shut down. And now we'll do again the PRAM reset. So that should bring us back to screen. It's hard to install an operating system, guys. Or is it now? I've got another theory actually. It could be that it's in sleep mode because it boots up into whatever macOS or something and it's in sleep mode. But why should it boot into macOS? It doesn't have any patches. God damn it. This is harder than I thought. Is it now off? Yes. Let's do the good old PRAM reset. Ta-da, screen is back. Well, at least I can confirm that this is gonna bring it back always. Okay, let's go back into the USB drive, hopefully for the last time. And select, or much rather unselect, the legacy video card support. And run the patch and hope and cross fingers that this time the graphics card will work with full acceleration and all will be good. It booted again, thank God. I will just quickly go through all of this setup screen again, and we'll be back when we are at the desktop. On a random note, tomorrow I'll be picking up a new camera. Oh, well, it's not even new, but it should be a better camera. So hopefully that will improve stuff when it's not so light, because that's quite often the case. I do lots of these videos just at night, and so yeah. This camera doesn't really like bad lighting all that much. I see something, guys. I see something that wasn't the case before. Look at that. We got a transparent dock. Is that an indication that this was working? Should we move the window? Should we find out? Yes! Ha 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 ha! Hallelujah! Wow, this really worked. Holy shit! Yes! 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 Everything is working full accelerated. Look at that, isn't that awesome? It's just amazing, what can I say? Absolutely, I'm just blown away. So a big thanks to the two guys who made that possible. Could be a whole team, probably was, but two guys I know for sure. One, DOS Dude 1, which made the patcher, and two, the Nick D VB, who made the V-bias for the iMac. You know what, guys? What computers taught me over the years? Never be happy about something, because it will fight back and it will crush all of this that you were so happy about. I actually noticed some problems. Right now it's only one and minor, but still. And also I have to do the 150th PRAM reset because it just doesn't turn on again anymore. It's kind of tiring, but it's again a minor thing. The other thing is the Wi-Fi isn't working. And what's so weird is it did before, as you know. It did work. So something must have screwed up while installing. I don't know, guys. I really don't. So it's around an hour later. I've played around with it a little bit, guys. And unfortunately, I found some more problems. Now, first, it seems to me that every time I install something that's diving deeper into the operating system somehow, like a temperature monitor or the SSD fan control program that I use to control the fans, it kind of disables the GPU. It's probably something security related or just a bug, but yes, I know we can always reset it with a PRAM reset, but it's getting kind of old. Yeah, I'll test it some further, and I will now test the Cinebench, bring it to its limits, see how it behaves, see if it kernel panics, see how the temperatures are. I will run probably R15 because we can just do both at once, CPU and GPU. I mean, can I complain? Honestly, this is an unsupported operating system officially. It runs really fast. When it runs very smooth. Except the Wi-Fi, which I just can't resolve. I maybe need to hop on Reddit or something to see if somebody else maybe activated that. Maybe it needs a patch or something, I don't know. But it's weird because it currently, before it worked, but currently not. Cinebench R15 is ready to go. I also have here max fan control. Currently it's set to automatic, but I will set it to full blast to get every single little ventilation going. And now let's click here on CPU test and watch the temps. Alright, so Sounds like a jet plane taking off, but yeah, that old i7 is still kicking ass, look at that. And we run here at 77 degrees. Still taking a little while, so maybe these temperatures, they will go up. And also have a look at the power heatsink here. It's pretty cool, I'd say. I mean, from what I'm used to. Oh, 80, yeah. It's going a little higher now. 79, yeah. We'll see. See, we are running here for the third time now, guys, and I have here a little curve for you. Should have opened that up longer ago, but as you see, it happily sits around 80 at the most, like 81, but mostly 80, 77 to 80, which is, I'd say, pretty good. And there's nothing I can complain about. So, of course, you know, I also renewed the thermal paste, so it's just perfectly ready for all it is. I'm also curious about the GPU, so I'm giving it a little bit of a like cool down lap. And I've just taken a look at my spreadsheet, and we have here now a score of 470, and in the original score it had 502, so it lost a little bit of its horsepower. That has got to do with Catalina, but that's nothing really to worry about all that much. It's also maybe not that great because I now did it for the third time and the chip is all hot and crispy, so maybe that's too, I don't know, guys. But as you see, what's pretty incredible is it is almost as fast as a 3rd gen mobile i7, which is, you know, bonkers. Especially for these prices those go. Just go ahead and upgrade it. Do it, guys. It's totally worth it. So, you ready for some more benchmarking action? Let's test the GPU. So that is the one to watch, Grafikkartenkühler. The other two, you can ignore those. Those are just bullshit. And yeah. Is it getting any hotter? What? Ooh, 47. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, maybe this R15 benchmark isn't that demanding for it. That could also be. Yeah, I'll play back a 4K video, then we'll see about that. But hey, healthy dose of 53 frames per second, guys. So, here we have a 4K video. I've let it now play for 6 minutes, and well, the computer doesn't really seem impressed. Look at the temps. First of all, no frame drop, nothing, does it with ease. So, and when you look at the temps, like graphics card 45 degrees, CPU 65, it's like, yeah, whatever, you know, just what else do you want me to do? So yeah, that's pretty good to see. Why don't we see if this can play back 8K? I mean, it's useless anyway because the screen is 2.5K, but hey, just that we can say we do it. Here we go, 8K, guys, 8K. That is some serious shit now. We got some frame drops. Doesn't want to do it, I think. Yeah, maybe that's also like the browser. So too much for the Opera? Ah, probably not. Or for my internet. Could that be? So Opera had a stutter party. Let's see if the Safari can do it better. Oh. Well, actually can't. Well, maybe that is because YouTube is limiting it because of the coronavirus thing. That could really be. Oh, damn it. That would have been interesting, guys. I don't know if you noticed it, but we have no sound. that sucks on an iMac because it has pretty good speakers and you would want to use it. Same with Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi is kind of, you know, it's a desktop machine. I could maybe live with that, but speakers, especially the nice iMac speakers, I would want to have those. Now, if you listen closely on the first install we did, it was having sound and Wi-Fi. So there must have been something wrong with the install. Fucked up the installation. That's my only explanation. So I was ready to say, yeah, whatever, I tried it, but hey, I'm gonna leave it now, put it back to 10.13 and get on with my life. But knowing that it worked before, damn it, I really want to try it again. If only the graphics card wouldn't crash all the time. There's literally no way I can make sure that it doesn't happen. It just does it randomly. And so, damn it, guys. Alright, guys, it is 2 days later and I have used this now for some actual work, guys. Yes, I really did it. And is it worth it? Should you do it? Run macOS Catalina on a 2010 iMac with a GTX 765M. Well, it depends. If you want to put some work into it, sure, go ahead. Totally do it. However, if you expect a 100% reliable system like you're used to from a Mac, then this is probably nothing for you. Also, if you don't want to invest any of your time, then don't do it, because I will get into why later, but first I just have to say the best thing, the most positive thing is how well it runs. It runs just like a native macOS, like Apple intended it. No problem, no speed decrease. I've noticed no performance problems. It runs really sweet, really fast. And that's what makes me so sad at the same time, because there are these tiny issues which would stop a lot of people, including myself, from using this as a primary system, because it's not about the performance. It runs so fast. In the GTX 765M, I have full graphics acceleration. I had no bugs, no kernel panics, nothing at all. And we're running the latest 10.15.4, so all the bugs, all the initial problems that Catalina had, those are gone and fixed as well. So the operating system itself, it runs so freaking well. But there is a catch. Well, as you saw, it takes a little time to get it running. It's essentially something like a Hackintosh. Not as bad and not as annoying sometimes as a Hackintosh can be, but you still have to put in some work. And that is to, first of all, get the audio working. I don't know, but with the pre-selected patches for this, it would never enable the audio. So what I did is I ran the patch again without the legacy audio checked. And what did it do? Well, it magically worked. So I deselected the legacy audio, and all of a sudden I had an ability to choose here the internal speakers again, which is very nice. As I said, that's something that I would have found pretty annoying if I didn't have speakers on my iMac, because as I said, they sound pretty good. So to prove you that, working pretty good, nothing distorted or nothing wrong, just normal speaker sound. So the sound issue I got fixed. However, I didn't get the Wi-Fi issue fixed. I honestly have no idea why it worked this one time. I don't know, I tried without the Wi-Fi patch, and with the Wi-Fi patch it didn't do anything. And I patched it so many times, I'm actually surprised that it still boots, you know. I expected that this is totally screwed up by now, but no, actually it still boots. And here comes the next problem. Booting. I figured something out that is pretty unfortunate. That could be a deal breaker for a lot of you, and including me, as I said. Already saw me doing it many times. Resetting the PRAM is necessary many times. And just, I think, every time you change a setting, which happens on a computer, you know, can be as little as like a volume setting, I will have to reset the freaking PRAM to get the screen back. And I'm not kidding. I don't know, it booted a couple of times, but a couple of times it did not. It just stayed black. And I will now bet with you, there's a 50% chance that after I change now around the volume, it is gonna have a black screen next boot. So I will test that out right now. And that's why I also held off installing, for example, this patch here that DOS U1 still offers here, the night shift patch. I don't really need that, I don't use night shift, but I could install that, but I didn't because I was afraid of it breaking the display ability again. Now it's not breaking it, it's not bricking it, don't get me wrong, you can always get it back with a PRAM, which is handy, but it's very annoying. Every time you kind of have to, you're never sure if it's gonna turn on or not. That's what I'm about to say, and it's not a problem per se with Nick's custom V-BIOS. That's not the case because in 10.13 High Sierra it works without a hiccup. Normal behavior, all nice, but here in 10.15 not so much. So 10.15 must have done something with the security. I'm sure it's something security related that does this. So let's see if it turns on again. I don't know, guys. Could turn on or not. Yep, there you go. Got it live on camera now. It's black again. So, and then what you have to do, you have to shut it down the not so nice way by slowly killing it. Then you do a good old PRAM reset. It always takes its sweet ass time as well. Come on. Ta-da! And we're back. So, yeah, and so this is what I'm talking about. Having to do that every time. Imagine coming up to your computer in the morning when you're going to start some work or evening or whatever you like, and you would have to do that every time before you can actually use the system. That is a deal breaker for me, for example. And as I said, it's so unfortunate because I don't want to get rid of Catalina anymore. It runs so well. It runs so fast. But with this behavior, that's a deal breaker, in my opinion. So maybe there's a patch coming out. Maybe you know what's wrong. So please, 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 if you have a similar configuration as mine, maybe a 2011 or 2010 with an upgraded GPU, tell me, do you have this problem or not? It's really, really annoying. That's the worst thing of all of them, because the rest, I can't complain. I did even some little more graphic intensive stuff. I also did a couple of Zoom meetings. Don't use Zoom. Zoom sucks, but I have to use it because what choice do I have? They say I need to use it. And yeah, that worked all nice. And the computer is just as fast as it was on the previous systems. So it's a shame, guys. A real shame. I might just try Mojave. Maybe on Mojave I don't have this problem with the GPU, but I got a feeling it's gonna be this way. Maybe it's also metal related, you know? Maybe it's with metal something. So was this a success? Well, yes, of course. We have a really fast, up-to-date iMac. It has some little problems, it has some quirks that would need working out, but yeah, it doesn't have a Wi-Fi that works, but the rest, it's working. And when you can deal with these constant PRAM resets, go for it. Really go for it. Or leave your computer on all the time. I don't know. Put it to sleep. But hey guys, what can I say? I'm really happy how this turned out. It's a great machine. It runs really fast on Catalina. I can only recommend doing it, but of course, if you want to do it. One last thing, brightness control. I know somebody asked me about brightness control, and the sad answer is I can't really show you how to enable it in Catalina because the program that I would recommend you doesn't run on it anymore. The program is called Shades. It's a program that integrates here into the settings pane, and there you could set the brightness, so it wouldn't be a big deal. But unfortunately in Catalina it doesn't work anymore, so that's a shame. But yeah, I guess it's not 64-bit or something, probably. So if brightness control is a must-have for you, also don't go for Catalina then. But if you're a tinkerer, which I know a lot of my community is, then go for it. Please go for it. Do it. So, thanks for watching. It turned out way longer than I first thought, but hey, isn't that always the case in my videos? So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.